I hear this all the time, and I was the same way. I said the same thing. It's like, I know how to eat healthy. It's just that I don't do it. I just need to do it, right? And you guys, I wish I had a dollar for every woman who's told me that. And I wish I had a dollar for every time I thought that myself, before getting into coaching and doing this with clients and helping women lose weight and get healthy. Because here's the thing, what we think of as eating healthy, what a majority of us think of as eating healthy, really equates to dieting. Because as soon as you think about eating healthy, you think you have to restrict your calories, you have to cut out food groups, you have to stop eating foods that you enjoy. And so that automatically sets you up for being in a diet mindset or having that diet mentality. And you can't really blame us because we've been raised in this culture of dieting. That is the way, especially if you're my age, if you're over 50 or, 10 years older, 10 years younger, you certainly have lived in this era of thinking that restricting calories, cutting out food groups, is the primary way that you eat healthy to lose weight, right? And so we've equated eating healthy with dieting in our culture. And the thing is, that's absolutely not the case. So there are a couple of things that you have to do to stop that kind of mindset. One is that you have to decide, first of all, that eating healthy, that losing weight, that being happy, being comfortable in your own skin, which I hear all the time, you have to decide that you're actually worth putting in the effort and the time and the investment to do that. Because nothing worth having comes easy. It doesn't come quickly, and it doesn't come without some investment in both in energy and expense, right? And so you've got to stop thinking about it in terms of, well, I have to spend on this other thing, whether that's time or money, and put myself off. You have to think of yourself as worthy enough to invest both the time, the energy, and the money to do it. So that's one of the ways that you have, one of the things that you have to do to stop dieting. The other thing is that you have to really stop and understand and believe that losing weight and eating healthy is not something that's temporary. It's not something that comes with a time limit. It really is a way of life. It's a way of living. And I know it may be sort of cliche at this point to say that, but my clients will tell you that when they start using my methods, they really begin to understand on a real fundamental level what that actually means and how they do it long term. Because I show them methods that are not things that you like do for a little while and then you stop. It's a way of changing how you approach eating healthy for the long term. And you've really got to realize too that food is not your enemy, and it really has never been your enemy. And that's part of, I think, what contributes to our diet mindset and thinking about healthy as in the way that we do, is that we've thought about having to restrict food. We thought about foods being bad for us, or what foods have been bad and what foods are good. And that creates this situation where food is our enemy, and it really is not. And so one of the things to stop dieting that you have to do is you have to break that kind of idea about food being the enemy to you and something that you have to overcome and really deprive yourself of. I enjoy food. And I think all of my clients enjoy food. And here's the problem is that if you keep dieting, if you stay in that idea of, or in that mindset of healthy equaling dieting and having to cut out foods and restrict calories, you're always going to be controlled by food rather than you controlling what you eat and how you approach what you eat. And so your weight and food is going to control you and your weight forever. And you're really going to constantly be in that failure mode. You're going to constantly feel like you can't succeed and always be giving up on yourself. And really, if you don't already have health problems, you're going to. The ones that you have are going to continue and get worse. And the ones that you haven't developed yet are just waiting out there for you if you don't stop dieting. And that just leads to bigger and even more tragic issues. And literally, it can be tragic. The flip side of that is that when you stop dieting, when you stop thinking of healthy eating in the way that you have always thought of it, you really get to feel in control of your food. You get to enjoy food. You get to understand that you can eat really anything that you want to eat and still lose weight. The methods that I teach my clients for how to eat healthy and lose weight, they do not have to give up everything that they love. They don't give up their weekend wine. They don't give up whatever it is that they enjoy. They don't completely give up desserts. It's a different approach to eating. And so when you stop dieting, it really is freeing in that way. You also don't focus on food all day. And those of you who are like hardcore dieters, like I used to be, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You don't have that feeling of being what they call now hangry, right? You don't constantly think about like, what is my next meal? And I'm so hungry, like I'm pissed off all the time. Will stop altering your life completely to eat healthy and to lose weight. When you stop dieting, it just really opens up an entire new world for you, because consistency isn't an issue. You make very consistent, healthy weight loss progress, and you make it for life when you stop dieting. Here are a couple of ways to stop, okay? For one, you have to have a method or an approach to eating that helps you to lose weight, but one that is doable, like restricting yourself to 1,000 calories or 1,200 or 1,500 even calories a day. That you've got to approach food in a way and have a method for eating that's doable and sustainable for life, and one that doesn't deprive you. Because as soon as we feel deprived, what do? We want that thing that we can't have, right? It's always, if it's out of our reach, it's always something we want to reach for. And another way that you can stop dieting is you've got to have those methods that you have, you've got to have them be implemented in your life and in a way that is not gimmicky. So you cannot assign points to food. And I know that I'm like flying in the face of what a lot of you have done in the past, and you've even thought that it worked for you, but it only worked on a temporary basis, and then you gained the weight back. And you've got to stop assigning points to food. You've got to stop counting macros. You've got to stop measuring and weighing your food. You have to have a method that doesn't include any of those things. And you're going to be surprised by this because my clients are super surprised. The approach that I teach, the method that I teach for how to eat healthy and lose weight, you do not even count calories. Because you guys, let's be really like just frank about this. Nobody does that forever. It's not sustainable. It's not realistic to do that forever. And those of you who say, well, hey, I've counted calories and I've lost weight, that's great. But how many times have you done that and then you gained the weight back? The other piece to that, and the reason you have to stop doing those kinds of things, particularly the calorie counting, which I know people say calories in, calories out, but that's not the whole story. I'll put it that way. My clients get the whole story, and so they understand what I'm talking about. But the other reason for that is, what are you using to base the calorie count on? That a majority of that information is wrong. Labels on food and the calories that they list as a serving, a majority of those are off by a huge percent, and they're allowed to be. By law, they can be. When you put those calorie counts in your apps or however you're tracking them, they're just guesstimates. They're not actuals anyway. And so even if you were consistent with that over time, you don't really know how many calories you're eating. The other thing that you have to do to stop dieting is you have to start acting on the feeling that you have, the urgency that you have, that you need to do something, that you want to lose weight. You are fed up and sick and tired of being sick and tired. You're sick and tired of putting on clothes that don't fit, that you're busting out of. You're sick and tired of dropping the same 20 pounds and gaining it and dropping it over and over. You have to act on the urgency of knowing that you need to do something about this and you need to do it now. But at the same time, you have to recognize and settle into the fact that it is not something that happens quickly. It's going to take time. Anybody and tells you that you're going to drop 20 pounds in 30 days and you'll never gain it back, they're lying to you. And you're just so desperate to believe and want so desperately to lose weight that we buy that stuff over and over again. But you have to admit and you have to acknowledge that it took you time to pack on that weight. It's going to take you time to get it off. But here's the problem. Here's where you get stuck. Here's where we get tripped up. We want fast results. We live in a society where we can Google something and get immediate results. And that has only contributed to our feeling that we want to take that same sort of attitude and apply it to our weight loss. And it just doesn't work that way. So you've got to give up. Where you get stuck is thinking that you're going to get results fast. And you constantly buy into these quick fix sorts of things that people put in front of you because we so desperately want to lose this weight and we want to lose it in a quick way. And you've got to give that up. It's going to keep you stuck. You also get stuck because you think you know how to eat healthy. I've heard it a million times and I thought it myself. And the fact is you don't. Because if you truly had an approach to eating that was healthy and sustainable, you would be using it because it wouldn't be that difficult for you. And because you wouldn't be sitting there needing to lose 20, 40, 50, 100 pounds if you already knew how, right? The other way that you get stuck is you've tried so many things. We all have. We've done all the big name companies. We've done all the gimmicky diets. We've cut out foods. We've restricted calories. We've done it all. And because we have failed over and over again, and when I say fail, I mean that we haven't kept that weight off in the long term. We're back in the same spot of needing to lose weight. And so we've done this yo-yo dieting so many times, and we've tried so many things that there's something in the back of our minds that tell us, I just haven't found the right one yet. And so you get stuck on, I just need to find the right diet for me. My friends have done it. I've seen people do it. I just haven't hit on the thing that works yet for me. And you've got to you're going to stay stuck in that diet mentality and never get beyond it if you continue to think that there's some magic potion out there that you just haven't found yet the right one for you. And I know for a fact that all of this is true because I've lived it, I've done it myself and been successful and finally learned an approach to eating that, yes, is actually eating healthy without it being attached to deprivation and dieting. And when I learned that I could do that, and I've taught hundreds and hundreds of women to do it, and they've lost thousands of pounds. You guys have probably seen photos and seen interviews with them. That is such a freeing feeling. To know that you can eat what you want and it can enjoy your life without feeling deprived and having to give things up, and do it while you're comfortable in your own skin at the weight that you are healthy and confident and happy, and you're not thinking every day about how tight your pants are at the office or how tight that skirt is or how many clothes you have in the closet that you can't squeeze yourself into like a sausage casing anymore. When you are not in that space anymore, it is like weight that's lifted off your shoulder, both literally and physically. And it is the most amazing feeling in the world. You have more confidence, more joy, more health, more time, more freedom than you've ever had before. So I wanted to share those several things with you because so often, like I said, women have told me, I know how to eat healthy, I just need to do it. Well, the problem with that is what your definition right now of healthy is not really healthy. You mean, I know how to diet, I just need to do it. And you don't. You just need to learn an approach to eating, and you need to give up all of those things that I talked about and really throw yourself into the fact that you want to be healthy and you want to live the longest life that you can and have the most quality life that you can. And I know that it's possible, like I said, because I've done it and I have clients who do it every single day. I really love helping the women who I help, busy professional women, and the clients that I have are amazing success stories, and I'm just so proud of them, and I'm so happy to help you guys. So a couple of things. I promised you, like, how can you work with me for free? I am doing another free coaching session, and it's going to start on September 27th. I'm going to drop a link under this video for you to register. It's quick and easy. All you have to do is put your email in so that I can contact you and send you all the information. It is only for busy professional women. Those are the clients that I work with. Those are the women that I help. That it is the best way to get my coaching for free, you guys, and it works. Even 5 days, whether you are just beginning a longer journey or you're trying to get yourself back on track, this would be an amazing opportunity for you to get my coaching, get my methods, get all kinds of information, and have accountability and be motivated to jumpstart your success. So I will talk to you later. See ya. Bye.